Outrage and disappointment flooded social media after a blind college student was kicked out of a local business because she had her guide dog with her. Cleveland 19 reporter Jen Picciano is live in Berea with this story. Jen?
Ramona, a small bakery in downtown Berea finds itself in the middle of a firestorm after one of its employees told this blind teenager and her service dog to leave the store. Dick's Bakery is a favorite spot among students at Baldwin Wallace, including 19-year-old Gabriella Drago. But what happened this week when she and a friend went in for a donut left a terrible taste in her mouth.
I walked in and they said that there were no dogs, and so I explained to the woman that Freesia was a service dog, so she was allowed in there, and she said, no, this is a bakery, you cannot have your dog.
She says even after she told the clerk she was blind and it was illegal to kick her out, the woman persisted.
Both of us were kind of beyond words at that point because we were just like appalled. We were shocked.
She did call me later to apologize and said that I didn't look blind. So I'm not sure how I was supposed to look.
Gabriella says she doesn't think it was intolerance, but ignorance that led to the encounter. And she doesn't want to drive Dick's out of business, but teach other businesses like it about ADA law and how people like her deserve to be treated.
I think it should be brought to light that, things like this are happening and they should not be happening.
In a statement, the bakery owner said, a longtime employee made a huge mistake in kicking Gabriella and Freesia out. And, quote, we deeply apologize for this poor judgment. We truly respect all of our customers and assure you this will never happen again. Now, the woman I talked to at the bakery today actually had tears in her eyes as she told me about what happened on their end. She said they actually employ 3 disabled people themselves, and the woman in question here, the employee, has since been terminated. Now, coming up on Cleveland 19 at 5, I'll tell you what's happening this week in Berea and will be spreading to the rest of Northeast Ohio because of this incident. Reporting live in Berea, I'm Jen Picciano, Cleveland 19.
A guide dog helps them to depend less on others and be more self-sufficient.
But one local woman says a simple trip to get a donut became an ordeal when she and her dog got kicked out of a shop. Jen Picciano talked to the woman and the bakery involved, and she is here now with both sides of the story. Jen.
Well, David and Denise, Berea is a pretty small town that, coupled with the help of social media and word of this incident, traveled pretty fast. But the girl and her family said they've actually already forgiven the bakery, and they don't think that this was really about intolerance, but ignorance, and they're hoping to change that. 19-year-old Gabriella Drago says she was embarrassed and uncomfortable when a clerk from Dick's Bakery kicked her out because she brought her service dog inside.
It's just an upsetting situation to be in, just that people don't know and they don't understand that, guide dogs are service animals, and that, people can take service animals anywhere. So it was more of an upsetting situation as a whole, not so much just in general with that bakery. It was just kind of upsetting because I know that it's happened to other people, not just me.
Wendy Crand with W.A.G.S for Kids, a group who trains service dogs, says it's disheartening to hear stories like Gabriella's.
I mean, for people not to know better, for somebody with a disability to be treated that way, it's just all such a shame. And I have to personally believe it's based on ignorance.
And I accepted her apology. It just, people aren't going to look like their disability. That's not what matters in this situation. What matters is that somebody has disclosed that they have a disability and they have a service animal, and it's not the business's job to question it beyond that.
Crand says businesses should know that no vest or badge is required on service animals. Legally, they must let them in and only ask them to leave if the animal is behaving badly. That wasn't the case with Freesia. They also can't ask people with service dogs about their disability. This also applies to service dogs in training. Crand says they're going to take advantage of the educational opportunity here and act now. That's right, W.A.G.S for Kids is actually going to be printing up stickers that say service dogs welcome here. They're going to pass them out as a fundraiser around Berea first and then throughout Northeast Ohio. And actually, Gabriella's dad said he already went back to the bakery today to get a donut and a coffee. He wanted to give them a second chance, and he's hoping that others will do the same. Reporting live in Berea, I'm Jen Picciano, Cleveland 19.